Hey everyone, this is Lucien for Out of This Binary, and I'm sorry I'm a little sick. I think I have the flu or something. But anyway, this week's topic was a suggestion from one of our followers. It is, what would be the two things that you as a trans person would want to be different in your life? And I have been thinking about this, and I'm going to divide this video into two answers. Like, first, two completely unrealistic two things that I would like to change, that I know they won't change, they're not likely to change. And on the second part, two more realistic goals, okay? So, first, two completely unrealistic shit. The first thing I would like to be different as a trans person would be no fucking mental illness. Because I know most of us struggle with some kind of mental illness, not only dysphoria, but depression and anxiety and an entire load of shit. So I think life would be much easier if mental illness didn't exist, because it can be hard enough realizing your own stuff, how you want to dress, how you want to behave, what is right for you and what is not. And those things are hard enough when you know what you means. I don't know if that is a thing other mentally ill people have, but I feel this a lot. I don't know to which extent I am the one thinking things, or is it my mental illness thinking for me, or is there even a division of what is me and what is my illness? I don't know, and it is so hard to make decisions and to have things clear on your mind when everything is so cloudy from mental illness. And I think the underlying statement here would be, I wish I was neurotypical, but I really don't want to say that, because that can be misleading into thinking I am romanticizing neurotypicals, which I am not. I know if I was neurotypical, I know I wouldn't not have problems. I would just have an entirely different set of problems instead. So that is why I don't want to say that. But on the other hand, I know that a lot of things I personally face have to do with neurodivergent things. Yeah, the first thing would be that no mental illness, so that things would be okay, feelings would be okay within a certain range, of course, but so that life would be less confusing. So, second completely unrealistic thing I would like to change is cis heteronormativity. Obviously. I think if there wasn't so many assumptions made about you from even before you were born, about how you should be, how you should behave, what you should dress, what you should do, about everything in so many levels, I think life would be a lot easier for everyone. I mean, not only us as trans people, not only gay people, but every fucking one. I think if people could just be who they are, regardless of gender and being trans or not, or being gay or not, or whatever, it would be great for everybody, every fucking body. But that's not going to happen, is it? So, now two more realistic things that I think could change. First, it would make my life a lot easier and the life of other trans people, and not only trans people again, but neurodivergent people and disabled people and people of all sorts, if other people worried about accommodations. Sometimes it seems that people just don't understand, especially cis people and neurotypical people, and the more normal people are, the less they realize how other people have other needs than theirs. I think if people realize that and started worrying about that for other people, at least closest people, like closest friends or family or something, and it's not really hard, it's not completely unachievable. I mean, it can be something just as asking, like, which pronoun you would like me to use, just asking that. Or when you see a person is not okay, like, are you feeling dysphoria, or what are you feeling, do you want to talk about that? Just small things. It doesn't have to be only towards the different people, like trans people and disabled and everything. We should all worry about each other's accommodations, like people we care about. We should worry if they're fine, if everything's okay. And it is not hard, it is just made of some small things, some small questions, some small acts of care that could mean the world to someone, especially when no one does that for you, you know? So, the second more realistic thing I would like to change is that people would educate themselves. It has a lot to do with the accommodation thing also, but I just wish people wouldn't make their assumptions based on common sense or based on only what you actively tell them. I mean, it's not hard these days to do your research, to do your homework, even if it is the 101, the basics. It's not that hard. You have internet, you have Google, things are out there. What I mean is that it can be so exhausting having to explain to every single person you come out to or you want to change like the way they refer to you or something. It is so exhausting having to explain everything over and over and having to do this over and over again. It would be a lot easier if you just told people like, okay, I'm trans, I wanted you to change this, and then people came home and googled like, yo, trans, and did a little research and try to educate themselves. I don't mean people should do an academic research or something, no, just the basics. And even if it is just to come back to you and ask something and have questions. If I see people are making an effort, I kind of automatically have more spoons to explain things to them. But when you have to take the initiative to explain the basics and it all feels like you are invading the other person's personal space and you are telling them a lot of things they don't want to be hearing, I feel like crap. I feel like an intruder. I feel like a burden for people, you know? It is simple, again, it is not hard, and it would make things like so much easier for everyone. So, yeah, I think that was it. If you have something to say, something, especially on the achievable things that would make our life easier, please post it on the comments. Sometimes you are so, I at least am so messed up with everything that's going on in my mind that I don't even realize that there are simple things that could be changed and that maybe if I address them, I could be making my life better. Yeah, I think that's it. Take care of yourselves, eat your vegetables, and bye!